Today we're going to go through how you can run Python code in make.com. Now, like our video yesterday where we talked about using JavaScript code in make.com, we're going to first talk about why you would even do this in a no-code platform like make.com. So make.com is a workflow automation platform. It lets you connect different software tools together. But like all no-code or low-code platforms, you will sometimes run into edge cases that are very hard to handle with just the pieces in the no-code platform. In those situations, if you can code, you might think to yourself, if only I had access to code, I could solve this problem super easily. So sometimes those are situations where you need to parse a lot of text or count how many times a word appears in a block of text, or even just transform text to mathematical calculations, that sort of stuff. Stuff that is generally pretty easy to do in code, but can be sometimes quite hard to do in a no-code platform. So no-code platforms like Zapier have some element of code execution built in, but unfortunately make.com does not have that built in. So you will need to use a third-party tool to run code. And today we'll be using Dumpling AI to run Python code. So if you come into Dumpling AI and you type in Python, there is a run Python code module, which you can just click. Once you come in here, you will need to set up your Dumpling AI connection if you haven't done so already. So just sign up to Dumpling AI, copy your API key and just add it. Then here you can just run the Python code that you want. Now, the best part about Dumpling AI module is you can install any pip module, pip package that you want into this module and then run it. But before we do that, let's just do something super simple. Let's just run this simple function and then just log out the result. So I press OK here and then press run. It should just run that. And if I look in the output, the logs are standard out. We've got the results of this here. So basically what happens is when you run your code, you can print whatever you want, and whatever is printed comes out here in the standard out. Now, before we go further, let's talk through what this parse JSON output down here is, right? So what it is oftentimes you will want your Python code to return multiple values or a object. In those situations, you will often want to parse your output. So you could do it manually with a parse JSON module right after, something like this. But because it's such a common pattern, we've built it into the Dumpling AI module. So if I just simplify what I've got here to something a bit more normal. So let's say we've got test value as an example piece of JSON here, right? Something like this. And then turn on parse JSON output. And then now I run this, I should be able to reference that test value directly. So I may have forgotten a comma. Let's see. In these cases, I just go to ChatGPT and I want to print a stringified JSON object in Python. Yes. Been using too much AI to code that. I don't even remember how to code without it. Anyways, I'll copy this over, paste it in here. And as I said yesterday, sometimes when you're pasting from ChatGPT, they insert this non-space character at the end. So make sure you delete that, press OK, and then press run. And if we look in the logs now, we can reference that test value directly. So that's working really well. Now, before we wrap up this video, I'm going to show you what it looks like for me to install a package and use that package. So I'm going to say, now write a Python script that logs hello world using the cowsay package. So cowsay is just a package that lets you log stuff, but there's a cow that's logging it. It's just a bit of fun, not too serious. So I'm going to copy over this pip install command here into the command. So just run that, make sure you remove that extra space because it will create issues. And then come here and just copy this code. Make sure you import the package that you've installed and you're going to use. Right. Remember to remove that final line because it creates issues. And I want to turn off parse JSON output because the output is just a normal string. I'll press OK. And then I'm going to run this. So it will install the cowsay package and then it will run it with the cowsay package. If we look at the output now, there should be a cow that is saying hello means that the package was successfully installed and we are successfully using the package. So, like I said before, this is just for situations where the built-in modules in make.com are not enough to do what you needed to do. So usually I would recommend try to find a package that can do what you need to do. And only when you can't do that, use something like this to run Python code or the run JavaScript code module. Because really at the end of the day, the whole reason you're using a no-code platform is to skip this code stuff. And if people in your team don't know how to write code, then you abuse this module, then it becomes harder to maintain, right? Or if you're building something that you're handing off to a client and they don't know how to write code, as soon as you insert a module that contains code, then it becomes very hard for your customers or your clients to maintain going forward. But that being said, it's a good tool to have in your back pocket for those cases where you do need it, because there are situations where there's just no other option and you do need to write some code. So just keep this in mind as a tool for you to use in your more complicated builds. That's basically it for this video. If you have any thoughts, comments, or questions, feel free to leave a comment below and I'll try my best to get back to you. If you're interested, I will leave a link to a written version of the tutorial as well as a link to a template. But with that, I will see you in my next video.